The winter wind howled through the pine forest. Snow covered everything like a white blanket. A pack of 12 wolves huddled together near their den, trying to stay warm. Among them was Kale, the smallest wolf in the pack. His fur was thinner than the others. His legs were shorter. When the pack hunted, Kale always fell behind. Useless, growled Ragnar, the alpha wolf. His massive frame cast a shadow over Kale. You eat our food, but catch nothing. Why should we keep feeding you? The other wolves nodded. Their eyes were cold with hunger and judgment. Kale lowered his head. I'll try harder. Try means nothing, Ragnar snarled. Results are all that matter. One more failed hunt, and you leave the pack. That night, Kale couldn't sleep. He wandered away from the den, his paws crunching through fresh snow. The forest was silent. Stars sparkled above like frozen tears. What would become of a lone wolf in winter? The question haunted him. Alone meant death. Suddenly, a voice broke the silence. You carry heavy thoughts, young wolf. Kale spun around. Perched on a low branch was an enormous owl. Her feathers were silver and white, and her eyes gleamed like amber moons. I didn't mean to disturb you, Kale stammered. You didn't, the owl said softly. I am Alara. I've watched your pack for many seasons. You are different from the others. Different means weak, Kale said bitterly. No, different means you see what others miss. Strength is not the only path to survival. Would you like to learn another way? Kale's heart quickened. Could this strange owl really help him? Yes, he whispered. Please. Every night for a week, Kale snuck away to meet Alara. She taught him things no wolf had ever learned. Look at the stars, Alara said, spreading her wings toward the sky. See that cluster there? We call it the Hunter's Belt. When it sits low on the horizon, a storm comes within 2 days. Kale studied the patterns carefully. He memorized their positions, their meanings. And the wind. Close your eyes. Feel it. When it shifts from the north to the east, the cold will break. Prey will move from their hiding places. Night after night, Kale absorbed knowledge. He learned to read the clouds, to smell the coming rain, to feel pressure changes in his bones. He discovered which berries stayed fresh under snow, which streams wouldn't freeze, which valleys would trap dangerous ice. But would knowledge be enough to save him? 2 weeks later, Ragnar led the pack on a hunt. They chased a herd of elk toward the frozen river. Wait, Kale shouted. The ice is thin there. I can smell the water beneath. The elk know this. They're leading us into a trap. Ragnar turned, his lips curled back. You dare question me? I'm trying to save us. Look at the surface. See the darker patches? That's thin ice. We'll fall through. Ragnar studied the ground. His eyes narrowed. The dark patches were there, just as Kale said. Fine, we'll circle around. They did. The elk, expecting the wolves to follow onto the thin ice, were caught off guard. The pack made their kill on solid ground. That night, the wolves ate well. They looked at Kale differently. Not with respect, not yet, but with curiosity. How did the weakest wolf suddenly become useful? Spring came. Kale predicted it 3 weeks before the first thaw. Pack your strength, he told the others. In 17 days, the snow will melt. The northern valley will flood, but the eastern meadow will bloom early. Deer will gather there, weak from winter. The wolves were skeptical, but 17 days later, everything happened exactly as predicted. The pack feasted while other predators struggled. Summer brought droughts. Kale led them to hidden springs he'd learned about from Alara. Autumn brought early frost. He guided them to valleys where prey still thrived. Slowly, loyalty shifted. Ragnar felt it like a thorn in his paw. One evening, Ragnar challenged Kale to single combat for leadership. You want any alpha? Then fight me. Let's see if your stars can save you from my teeth. Kale stood calmly. I don't want to fight you, Ragnar, but I won't be bullied anymore. Then you forfeit. Ragnar lunged. Kale dodged, not through speed, but through prediction. He'd watched Ragnar fight for years. Every move, every pattern was familiar. The stars teach patience. You always lunge left first. You favor your right paw because your left was injured last winter. You tire after 7 attacks because you rely on power, not endurance. Ragnar attacked again and again. Each time, Kale wasn't there. The big wolf grew exhausted, frustrated, sloppy. Finally, Ragnar collapsed, panting. Ow! I learned. And I can teach you all to survive better. Not through strength alone, but through understanding. The pack made their choice. Kale became alpha, not through blood, but through wisdom. But would wisdom be enough to keep him safe? Under Kale's leadership, the pack thrived. They were never caught in storms. They never went hungry. They avoided human traps and rival predators. Other animals noticed. Bears asked for advice. Deer negotiated safe passage. Even mountain lions showed respect. Kale was no longer the smallest, weakest wolf. He was Kale the wise, Kale the star eater, Kale the provider. But success brought loneliness. The other wolves followed him, but they didn't understand him. They saw him as different, almost mystical. They kept their distance, as if his wisdom made him untouchable. Late at night, Kale still visited Alara. She was his only true friend. "They respect you," Alara said one evening. "Isn't that what you wanted?" "I wanted to belong. Now I'm more alone than when I was weak. They follow me, but they don't know me." Leadership often means solitude. The higher you climb, the fewer companions you find. Kale's heart ached. He missed the simple days when he was just another wolf in the pack, even if he was the weakest. How could he bridge the distance between himself and his pack? An idea formed. A terrible, beautiful idea. The next evening, Kale gathered everyone. Hunters from the nearby village had been spotted in the forest. Danger was near. "I need you all to understand something," Kale began. His voice was strong but emotional. "My wisdom didn't come from magic or spirits. It came from teacher, a friend." He looked up at the old pine tree. "Alara, please, show yourself." The silver owl glided down, landing on a rock near the pack. Wolves gasped and stepped back. "This owl taught me everything. She showed me how to read the stars, predict the weather, understand the forest. She saved me. She saved all of us." He looked at his pack with tears in his eyes. "I wanted you to know the truth. I wanted you to understand that I'm not special. I just had a good teacher, and I wanted to honor her because she gave us everything." The wolves murmured. Some seemed moved. Others looked confused. Alara's eyes widened with alarm. "Kale, no. This was a mistake." But it was too late. The hunters had been watching. They'd been tracking the wolf pack for weeks, trying to understand why these wolves were so successful, so hard to catch. Now they knew. An owl who could predict weather. An owl who knew the forest secrets. Such a creature would be valuable. Museums would pay fortunes. Scientists would fight for the chance to study her. That night, they came with nets and torches. Alara tried to fly away, but the nets were wide and strong. She fell, tangled and trapped, her wings beating uselessly against the ropes. "No!" Kale howled. He charged at the hunters, teeth bared. Gunshots rang out. Kale felt fire graze his shoulder. The pack scattered, terrified by the loud bangs and bright flashes. The hunters carried Alara away in a cage. Her amber eyes found Kale's one last time. "Guard your gifts. Guard those who give them to you." And she was gone. Winter returned. This time, Kale had no guidance. He tried to read the stars himself, but he'd forgotten some lessons. He'd relied on asking Alara when uncertain. Now, uncertainty clouded every decision. He predicted a storm would pass quickly. It lasted 5 days. 3 wolves nearly froze. He led them to a valley he thought would have prey. It was empty. The pack went hungry for a week. He promised an early spring. Winter stretched on, brutal, endless. Faith crumbled like frost under the sun. "You know, wiser than any of us," Ragnar growled during a pack meeting. "You just had a pet bird. Without her, you're nothing." Others nodded. Their bellies were empty. Their patience was gone. "The owl is gone because of you," a young wolf accused. "You showed her to the hunters. You wanted praise. You wanted us to worship you even more. And now we're all suffering." "I was trying to be honest," Kale said desperate. "The truth." Ragnar laughed bitterly. "The truth is you're weak. You were always weak. You just borrowed someone else's strength and pretended it was yours. That's not. Leave. You're no longer alpha. You're no longer pack. You're nothing." The other wolves didn't defend him. They'd followed his wisdom, not his heart. When the wisdom failed, nothing remained. Kale walked away from the den that night. Snow fell softly. Stars watched in silence, their secrets locked away. He was alone again, but this time it was worse. He'd tasted belonging. He'd tasted respect, and he'd lost it all. How had everything gone so wrong? Months passed. Kale survived by himself, barely. He avoided his old pack. He avoided everyone. One night, near the same pine tree where he'd first met Alara, he heard a familiar voice. "Hello, young wolf." Kale looked up. Alara sat on her branch, free. Her feathers were ruffled, and she looked tired, but she was alive. "You escaped." Kale ran to the tree, his heart soaring. Cages cannot hold those who know the sky. "But Kale, we need to talk." Shame crashed over him. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I nearly got you killed. I ruined everything. I just wanted to be known, to be understood, to share the credit, to have real connection instead of fearful respect." Kale nodded, tears in his eyes. "Your intention was beautiful, but your judgment was poor. Let me teach you one final lesson, the most important one." She spread her wings. True power must appear to come from within. Not because you deserve false credit, but because revealing your sources makes them targets. The hunters didn't care about you. They wanted me, the source. Understand now, Kale whispered. Do you? Then understand this. Your pack blamed you not because you failed, but because they learned you weren't self-sufficient. They followed you believing you had something to do. When they discovered you were just a student, their respect vanished. So, I should have kept lying? Not lying. Protecting. Leaders carry burdens alone. Your teachers, your doubts, your sources, these are yours to guard. Share the knowledge, but never reveal its origin. When people see magic, don't show them the mechanics. Kale absorbed this. It felt lonely. It felt unfair. But he understood its wisdom. What do I do now? Learn from your mistake. Rebuild. But this time, remember, trust is precious, but discretion is survival. Those who lift you up should remain in the shadows, where they're safe. Your success protects them best when it appears to be yours alone. She flew away into the night, her silver wings catching moonlight. Kale stood alone, but he wasn't the same weak wolf anymore. He carried wisdom now, both the star knowledge Alara had taught him and the painful understanding of how the world truly worked. Spring came. Kale returned to the forest where his old pack lived. They'd suffered through winter. Ragnar's leadership had been brutal but ineffective. Kale didn't challenge anyone. He simply started helping. He led a young wolf to a hidden spring. He warned another about thin ice. He predicted a late frost that saved their stored food. Slowly, quietly, wolves began following him again. This time, he never mentioned teachers. He never revealed sources. When asked how he knew things, he said simply, I pay attention. I observe. Anyone can learn if they watch closely enough. It wasn't entirely true, but it was safe. Within a season, Kale was alpha again. The pack thrived. And late at night, when everyone slept, Kale would still visit the old pine tree and share his challenges with Alara. But now he understood. Some friendships exist in shadows. Some sources must remain secret. Not out of shame, but out of love. True wisdom isn't just knowing what to do. It's knowing what not to reveal. From this story, we learn several truths. First, success often creates isolation. The higher you rise, the harder it becomes to find genuine connection. Second, revealing your sources makes them targets. Whether it's a teacher, a method, or a secret advantage. Once others know where your power comes from, they can take it away or destroy it. Third, people respect mystery. When your abilities seem to come from within, others admire you. When they learn you're simply following someone else's guidance, respect fades. Fourth, honesty has its place, but so does discretion. Not all truths should be shared. Protecting your sources isn't lying, it's wisdom. Fifth, those who help you rise are precious. Your job is to guard them, not expose them. Their safety depends on your silence. Remember this. In a world that celebrates individual achievement, it takes courage to learn from others. But it takes wisdom to protect those teachers once you've risen. Your sources are treasures. Keep them hidden. Keep them safe. Because the world doesn't reward teachers. It only rewards those who appear to teach themselves. Guard your truth. Guard your teachers. Guard the origins of your strength. They're the foundation of everything you become.